Hey, good morning, everybody. Just wanted to chime in this morning and give a real quick update based on some activity that we've seen over the last few hours here on Bitcoin. I'm looking at the 1 hour chart on Bitcoin Tether based on the Bittrex exchange. Just wanted to point out a couple things that I've noticed and maybe to, hopefully give some kind of an indicator as to what might happen. But as we all know, that things that happen in the future are not predictable, but we can kind of give some guesses and clues based on some information that we have in front of us here. One thing that I want to point out, if we go back here to February, about the 26th, that there was a decent amount of volume at this particular point in time. So I'm using this as a point of reference for not just a horizontal line of support and resistance, but also we can tell based on some history that there is a little bit of a downward trend based on that. We can see that we're actually we're touching this here and sort of bouncing off of it. We bounced off of it here, which is important. We went above, we fell through, we went above, and we bounced off of it here, which is showing at that point it was a sign of support. We fell through, bounced off, so now that was a point of resistance. We've been under there, and now we are at this critical point where we haven't actually touched it. So it's really hard to tell if it's going to plow through or if it's going to fall. But one thing that I like to tell people is not to trade based on what the current state of technical analysis says, but to wait and see if there is a confirmed breakout, because we basically have two different potentials here. Potentially, if it breaks through, this could go up. And where it stops, we really don't know. I mean, it could stop at about $9,400. That's assuming that it goes up to one of these levels here. It could be that it stops at $8,800. The other option is that it doesn't break through the resistance and it actually goes down. In which case, if it goes down, it might stop at $8,200. It might stop at 7K. A lot of people have been saying that Bitcoin's going to be going down. 3,000. That's pretty crazy. At one point I did believe that, but seeing as all of the upward activity that we had going all the way up here to $11,600, $11,700, it's hard to say if it's really going to go down that low. But there are a lot of people um, that are expecting it to go down that low. But I will point out one thing is I'm going to go back to the 1 day chart so we can look at this. One thing, just a real quick side note. We have already identified, and I've got a video about it. Mt. Gox was selling Bitcoin in all of these huge drop zones, and one thing to note, and I'm approximating here, but one thing to note is supposedly the bankruptcy court is not allowing Mt. Gox to sell any more Bitcoin. So that should be a little bit of reassurance that we could potentially be maybe moving sideways for a while. That's a possibility. But at a minimum, I don't think we're going to see any massive dumps of, thousands and thousands of Bitcoins. And I have been keeping an eye on those wallets to see if they have have an increase in quantity. One of the wallets still has the 438 um, coins that it previously had. And actually, I've got it over here, 443 Bitcoin. Keeping track of some other wallets that are there, but these are the ones that I've identified as being part of the Mt. Gox exchange. So keeping an eye on that. If I do see anything, I'll make sure to let everybody know. But to keep this short and sweet, that's what I've got so far. And again, don't buy, don't sell if you're holding. Don't sell it just quite yet. If you're sitting in Tether, I would not buy just yet. I would wait to see what happens on this trend line, which happens to be about $8,600, and you're looking for a candle closure above that line if you are thinking about purchasing Bitcoin. Yes, you might be losing out on some profits if you were to buy right now, but if it doesn't pass through it and it goes down, then you are now losing money. So it's, in my opinion, better to have little profits versus losses. So that's what I've got. It's what I've got to say. I'm sticking to it. So hope you enjoyed the video. Keep it real short. Have a fantastic rest of your day.